everybody. Today I want to share with you a new favorite sandwich. It is my vegan chickpea BLT. Not bacon, lettuce, and tomato, bean, lettuce, and tomato. And it's super easy. It's probably things you already have in your pantry. So let's just jump right in. What you're gonna start with is a can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans. We're gonna rinse them. So strain and rinse them. And then after you've given them a good rinse, you want to pour them out onto a clean kitchen towel. And we just want to roll them around a little bit for two reasons. First, we want to get rid of some of that extra moisture. We're not going to want it in our mix. And then secondly, we're going to take just a minute and pick out some of the skins. You don't need to, go nuts with it like I sometimes do, but you see how they just roll right off. But we'll just pick out the big chunks. Just, give yourself a minute and pull out as many as you can. This will just help it bind together and mix together a little bit better without those in there. Okay, that's good enough. That was the hard part. The rest is easy. Pick up your towel and you're gonna pour all of these into a glass bowl. Okay, now we're just gonna add our ingredients. We have a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of pure maple syrup, and a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And the spices we're using are a quarter of a teaspoon of garlic powder, paprika, and onion powder. I'm gonna add a little bit of cracked pepper. You don't need to add salt because we've already got that soy sauce in there. A little bit of pepper. And our key ingredient is liquid smoke. I prefer this kind. It's the hickory flavor, and it's what's gonna give us that salty, what we expect in a BLT flavor. I use only a quarter of a teaspoon. You can use more if you want to, but start with a quarter of a teaspoon, and after we mash it up, you can taste it, and if you want more of the smoke flavor, you can add it. I found that this is just the right amount. That's it. Now we're just gonna mash it up with your pastry cutter. If you don't have one, you can use a fork. It'll take a little bit longer, but mash it up till it's like a consistency that you can pack into a patty. So I've been mashing it for, I don't know, I'd say a minute or two. You want to get it so that there's no whole beans left, so it's like a consistency that will stay together. This is looking pretty good, so I think I'll stop. Now this is going to make 2 sandwiches. It makes 1 cup of this mixture, so it's going to be a half a cup for each patty or sandwich. So what I like to do is I have just an old half cup measuring cup that I use. It just makes it easy because it sort of gets it into the shape of a patty to start with. I do this. I'm making a mess. Don't worry about that. And just stick it back in there. So they're sort of halfway formed, you see that? Just to kind of get it ready for yourself. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take them over to the stove in a frying pan with just a little bit of oil. You wanna cook them on medium low, depends on your stove, and for about 3 to 5 minutes. Long enough, you want them to dry out just a little bit and get a little bit charred on each side to give it that crunch and that smoky flavor that we're looking for. So we'll go do that now. So you saw in the pan, what you want to do is use a spatula, you want to make sure it's compact before you put it in there. Mine was crumbling apart a little bit because I didn't sort of compact it into a ball first. So compact your mix, put it in the pan, and then using a spatula, spread it out. It'll be about 1/2 of an inch thick and about the size of your bread. While that's cooking on its first side, we're going to get our sandwich ready. So I'm just using a whole grain bread. And what's great, remember, anytime you use a bean and a grain together, you have a complete protein. So this is a super healthy lunch, and I think even the kids are gonna like it. So what I like to use as my condiment is, you can use whatever you'd like. I like to use mayonnaise, vegan mayonnaise, mixed with a little bit of adobo sauce. So I use these chipotle peppers in adobo sauce a lot. So I usually keep an open can in a glass jar in the fridge so that I always have them available. So I'm mixing a 1/4 cup of vegan mayonnaise, and I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of adobo sauce out of my jar. It'll add to the smokiness and the flavor, but you know, if you don't like that, you can use just mayonnaise and mustard, whatever you might regularly put on a bean, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Let's mix that together. Now remember, this makes 2 sandwiches, so I'm just showing you one here, but you'll need 4 slices of bread and then spread this amongst the 2. I think I took a little more than my half. Now our sandwich is basically ready. We've got our lettuce and tomatoes. So as soon as we flip those over and cook them for another 3 to 5 minutes on the other side, we'll assemble our sandwich. So I ended up cooking mine at 5 minutes per side. And as you could see in the pan, they do kind of fall apart a little bit. Just push it back together. They're going to be a little bit crumbly. So now we've got it on our bread, we're just going to add our lettuce and tomatoes. I can smell it. It smells very smoky, very beany. No. So there you go. It's your bean, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Very smoky. It's going to satisfy that craving for those certain spices. So give it a try. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, and on our website, noboneslife.com. You can find this recipe to download, the video, and all kinds of other fun videos and products. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, now I could bite. Yeah. That's a big sandwich. That is good. Very smoky, satisfying. It's gonna be super filling. It's good. You'll like it.